Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Arsenal Fan TV America, coming back to you here from the Pacific Northwest, USA. Welcome back to all our football fans, soccer fans around the world, around the United States, of course. Oh, it's what a weird season. I mean, I don't really know where to start, but I'm going to start by this. All these rumors that we hear about players coming in and players leaving, it almost certainly makes you feel like none of it is true. I mean, I saw a posting the other day, and of course, I was very excited about that post, even though that I knew it wasn't true. But I saw Zinedine Zidane, new starting 11 for Arsenal, as he is going to be taking over, and that was the best rumor I've heard. So let me just clear that out. Now, going into players and looking from the standpoint, hey, what players are coming to Arsenal, what players are leaving, we still don't know. It's still sort of a mystery because Mikel Arteta is just never straightforward. He plays with the media, and stuff he says, half of it is weird, and the other half is I don't know if it's true. So it's hard to speculate. I mean, if you're looking at a player and you're trying to buy a new player or you're trying to better your lineup in certain areas, you should be talking about that. We should know about that because again, that mysterious sort of way that he leads by, it's just not. Anyways, I can't really comment on all these players, and I'm not going to sit here and just put, a sort of thumbnail on my YouTube channel with things that are not true. I don't know if Rodrigo is going to come to Arsenal. A lot of people are talking about that. And then finally, they're saying that, because there's a lot of clubs talking to Rodrigo, Liverpool included, Chelsea included, and we know Chelsea has deep pockets and they can spend. Plus, they're going to finish decent this year after today. They won against Man United, and we're going to talk about that also. We're going to talk about this crazy Premier League table and what's happening this year. But going back to these rumors and to Rodrigo specifically, number one, Real Madrid has a new coach, as we all know. Xabi Alonso has parted ways with Bayer Leverkusen. And that's, let me stop with Xabi Alonso here. And it's, I'm going to continue the Rodrigo story, of course. We're going to talk about the league. We're going to talk about Newcastle. We're going to talk about Kai Havertz. We're going to talk about a lot in this episode. So please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like and share. And if you're an Arteta fan, don't, because you're not going to like what you hear here. We're not Arteta fans here. So I'm just being honest with you and straightforward, and I'm not about to tell you any rumors here. What I'm about to say is, what I get from sources that 100% are true. So let's talk about Xabi Alonso. Xabi Alonso started by managing the under 14 youth team for Real Madrid Academy. He started managing younger little kids, right? 14 years old. And then he left and went and worked in Spain. Same, he of course left Real Madrid, but in Spain, stayed in Spain and worked for Real Sociedad as their B team, second team, right? Second division team. And that's a coach that, worked a couple of 3 seasons before he, established himself in these 3 years, of course, before he goes to a club as big as Bayer Leverkusen. And we saw in a couple of years with Leverkusen, he did miracles, right? He won the Bundesliga, which, of course, we know that Bayern Munich dominates. He won it without having to buy a bunch of players. He actually took the same players, took the same team that was bottom, and brought him all the way to the top. That's a coach, because people are trying to see Arteta, or people that are defending Arteta, they're just looking at Arteta. They don't know what goes in or on around, the world of football. Let's go to Xavi, Barcelona Xavi, right? He did the same thing. He was not just, promoted to a manager and then went and managed Barcelona right away. That didn't happen. He went to Qatar and he coached in Qatar also for a couple of years, established himself, and then went to La Liga. And again, in his first season, he won La Liga, right? Now, Zinedine Zidane, he goes to Real Madrid right away, wins Champions League 3 years in a row. Now, that I don't think in my lifetime or yours that this is going to ever happen again. That's just something that is phenomenal. He's a phenomenal coach. But those are experienced coach. Now, yet we get a coach that just gets to be an assistant for Pep Guardiola for a year or so or two, and then comes to us after he actually created already problems with players in City like Kevin De Bruyne, right? Let me ask you something. Why would you go to Chelsea and get Raheem Sterling? And now when Kevin De Bruyne departs Man City, you don't even talk to him. I'll tell you why. Kevin De Bruyne does not like Mikel Arteta. They don't get along. But now we go back to the Rodrigo situation. Now we talked about Xabi Alonso. He took over Real Madrid from Carlo Ancelotti that's going to Brazil. Why would Xabi Alonso go there and just let players go? Think about it. By the way, they got a center back because their center backs are either injured or going to retire or older. And they're really injured, right? We know that. So smart coach goes, sees there's a hole, fills it, gets right away, hires a kid from the Premier League, of course. Right away, he gets in, gets to business, you know. But why would you think that he's going to get rid of Rodrigo? I don't think Rodrigo would leave Real Madrid to not work with someone like Xabi Alonso that we all know now, one of the best coaches in the business, right? Any club will wish to have him, and we know Liverpool tried before Arne Slot to take him. But Real Madrid, of course, were the winners because he wants to go to such a club that, you know, history. He wants to go and continue his fantastic career already after just 3 years or 4 years of managing, right? Yet we're still stuck with a manager that never won anything in his first year, spent more money than Xabi Alonso and Xavi Hernandez and Zidane combined in their first couple of 3 or 4 years managing, and yet to get any results. Not only that, if you look at us, Arsenal, you say we're going this way, I say we're going that way. Why? Because here it is. We're now sitting, let's now go to the table and talk about the table today. After Aston Villa, they won, they beat, of course, Tottenham, that's 17th in the table. And then also Chelsea beat Manchester United, 16th in the table. And I'm going to talk about Manchester United, 16th in the table also momentarily. But now Chelsea wins, Aston Villa wins. Both have what? 66 points. Right below them, Man City was 65. Arsenal have now 68 points. Playing who next? Newcastle United. Yes, on Sunday morning, they will not win that game. We know that. Arteta fails to do it over. He's consistent, by the way. He does the same thing every year. So what makes me think that he's going to take, Arsenal and snatch a win? So, and we all know that Newcastle took us. They came at the Emirates and beat us at the Emirates, and they went on and win the Carabao Cup. So they're a stronger team, obviously because of Eddie Howe, because of their manager. He's seasoned. He's been around with Premier League. Arteta hasn't as a manager. So now we look at the difference: 66 for Chelsea, 66 for Aston Villa, and 66 for Newcastle United. You think Newcastle United are not right now, because they're sitting the same points with these two, as Chelsea and Aston Villa? Do you think they want to go lose to Arsenal so they don't get qualified to Champions League? Absolutely not. They'll be very, very motivated. They have something to really win for. We don't. The team, as you see, is lethargic, is more down. You don't see Odegaard's not happy. Players are not really enjoying their football. If we lose to Newcastle United, which we probably will, now we're 68 points and they're 69. So now we slide to third. We have to wait till the last game of the season. We play who? Southampton away. We don't have good luck with Southampton. Yes, they are relegated, but you're playing a team that has nothing to lose. Mark my words and remember that. They have nothing to lose. We will have all to play for to stay in the top four. Now we're not talking about second position. But look how many points now. We're sitting 2 games away from the end of the season. We had the opportunity. These teams caught up to us all of a sudden. They were at some point 6 and 7, 8 points behind us. We were second on our own. We were by ourselves, right? Scary, scary, and scary. But watch, you Mikel Arteta lovers, watch where he takes us and where he's taking us. Now, let me move forward and talk about also Manchester United. Now, Manchester United and Tottenham this coming Wednesday will be playing for the UEFA Cup final. Remember, if you win the UEFA Cup final, doesn't matter where you at on the table, you will be going to the Champions League. So, Tottenham or Manchester United, I would say Manchester United, of course, one of them will make the Champions League, being the 17th, and they will have a trophy. And again, Manchester United manager, first year on the job and wins a trophy. And not just a trophy that we failed with Arteta year in, year out to win, right? We were in the UEFA with him how many times? And we failed to win the UEFA Cup, right? I don't know what else do you want if you're the owner of this football club of Arsenal. What else do you want to let this guy go? I'm not sure. I mean, do you want him to take us to relegations? I mean, do you want him to? I don't know. I can't figure it out anymore. Why is he still in the club? I really can't. I don't care for the fans that says, give him another year and give him this. And I'm not giving him anything else. We give him plenty, plenty. I mean, if he's, it surprises me because these fan talks about Arteta as if he's one of their relatives or something. You can't do that. You have to defend your club, not the manager of your club. No, your club. Where is your club? We're not here as an educational institute or something for him to learn. Plus, I wish he was learning. He's not learning, right? And listen, you go to BN Sports, watch these analysis. Arsene Wenger's actually on that show. I watch these guys and it just they're saying the same thing. It thrills me that after all these years, he's taken us backward and still yet nothing. Right now we're making a fuss about Kai Havertz coming back. So Kai Havertz was never a forward, a number 9, and never will be a number 9, right? He's just, he's a good footballer, but he's not Mbappe, he's not Lewandowski, he's not Haaland, he's not, all these teams that win trophies, they have this number 9 up front or big name number 9 up front to score goals for them because that's just what it's about. I mean, Arteta can go out and tell me, hey, listen, oh yeah, the BSG bench came to me and told me we played a better game. Well, what do you mean we played a better game? I wish we played the worst game, but we qualified. And then, look at the accomplishment. We went all the way to the semifinal. What accomplishment? We didn't win anything. The accomplishment is when we win, not when we reach a semifinal or a quarterfinal. What accomplishment? I mean, we went out of, other Carabao Cup, FA Cup. We got thrown out of those. And now Champions League, and now Premier League. So I'm not sure what's next for him, but I think enough is enough. And he's shown me and the fans I talk to, the fans that support this club for years, even the fans that were supporting him, that right now saying, hey, listen, I don't know where we're going to go with this guy because we're not going anywhere. That's what I've been saying. So we'll see. We'll see who starts Sunday for Newcastle United game. Again, I'm not sure with all the rumors that's going on. I mean, Zubimendi, by the way, Xabi Alonso like him. And Real Madrid, they contacted Real Sociedad about him. So where do you think he's going to go? English Premier League or Real Madrid, best club in the world, and he goes plays for them and for best coach in the world, Xabi Alonso. Nobody wants to go play for the uncertain Mikel Arteta because, again, if you are a true fan, you're uncertain about this guy. He can buy whatever, he bought a lot of players, and now the players he bought, we're saying, well, he needs more money so he can let some of them go and bring more players. I mean, you're giving him excuse after excuse after excuse. The good coaches, the better coaches, the best coaches, they work with what they have and then inject here and inject here and inject here. But there's a guy that changed the whole entire team, and then what? Yeah? We said, let's wait, let's be patient. He changed the whole team, and we still in a dilemma. And now I'm not sure you're going to finish, or we're going to finish anywhere near second. I'm just not sure. I think Newcastle are going to finish second. And I think one of these two, Chelsea and Aston Villa, will finish third. And we will finish fourth, yes, because of goal differential with Manchester City. Mark my words. We'll see. Arsenal Fan TV America, Arsenal Football Club. Sad to see that happening for us at the end of the season. Sad to hear that he is still our coach and nobody's, came near him or told him that, bye bye. Sad that he didn't resign. He doesn't have the integrity. He's just, listen, you're milking 15, 16 now. His salary went up, by the way, 15, $16 million a year. He's happy making it till they fire him. And probably when he's fired, he's going to get more money too. And then we get more aggravation. That's what we get from him. I don't enjoy his football. Even my players, I look at the players we have and I look how sad they are. I'm not sure what does he tell them, I mean, behind scenes, and how they are recipient to him. Don't tell me, oh, they all love him. Of course, they have to say that because they're professionals. But I don't know if Odegaard is very happy. We've seen him with how many captains. He doesn't have a good relation with his captain. He's a very vindictive person. He does not, he uses a lot of excuses. The ball, the this, the injury. I mean, you're talking about, oh, look at all our players, they're injured. Everyone has injured players, right? And again, the best of, if you're not convinced, here's Arne Slot, came to Liverpool, of course, from an established club, won, the league in Holland or in the Netherlands. It's not Holland. I know. They corrected me. It's the Netherlands. So he won the league in the Netherlands, go to the Premier League, manages Liverpool. First year, he wins it all. And then Arteta's excuse is what? Well, they didn't get as much points. I mean, if we had the same points last year and the year prior, well, you don't have that this year, and you're going down. I think you need to focus on, what you did wrong, and not, when you use excuses, that means you're not admitting to the mistake. And if you don't admit to the mistake, that means you're not learning. Hey, listen, we all do mistakes, and we have to do mistakes so we can learn. But I don't think this guy learns, and I think it's more of the same. So what's next for us? I would love to see that rumor come true about Zinedine Zidane. I know it's not really, but hey, everything is possible, right? All of a sudden, one day, Mesut Ozil came and played for Arsenal, right? And that was the last day of the transfer. We all didn't believe it, but I remember that day, and I remember people are telling me I couldn't believe it. But what a day that was! So I hope someone like Zinedine Zidane can, head our way and become an Arsenal manager. That is a real manager that you will enjoy the football and you will win trophies with. But till then, till we have a real manager, I don't know. It's hard to say that we're going upwards. It's hard to say that we're going to get better. And it's hard to say that we're going to attract good players. Yeah? Arsenal Fan TV America, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. And hit that like and share if you love the episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you after the Newcastle United game. Bye now.